Morning, Tuesday, January 14th, 2025. I'm Larissa. It's my video diary, my fat girl diary. Yeah, my fat girl diary. Yeah, it's easy for people to call me fat. Like, I don't care, right? The way I look, I have written about it and talked about it, is a result of being physically attacked and abused. I love it. I love it when people try to insult me because it's just like, okay, okay, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about all the times I have been physically attacked and abused publicly by strangers. Let's talk about the times that I have been drugged and assaulted and the police have done nothing. Right? Let's talk about all of that. Let's do that. Thank you. Thank you for opening the door for me. Yes. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. We were living in Oakland when I was still thin and had more mobility. Oh my God. The bitches in that building were so awful to me, right? It's like you can't win for losing, right? Like, so when I in college, the drugs that I was being forced to take in high school and college, the drugs I was forced to take, um, really, really packed on weight. And then when I lost all that weight, then like it made everybody angry, right? Like it did. Oh, it really, 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 really did. My family was angry about it. Friends were angry about it. I had this fat friend, Maria, uh, Maria Martin, Maria Horwick. She was so angry. Like she felt so betrayed when I lost weight. Oh my God. And that's when she really started treating me like shit. And she wasn't the only one, right? Right? Like, so, I was, the best thing about being thin was mobility for me. And it was really easy to get clothes to fit, right? I mean, majority of my weight is in my tits. The majority of it is. It's in my tits and in my ass. It really, really is. And, you know, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Anytime I go out to get for physical activity or do anything that I enjoy, I get physically attacked, right? How many times you got to be stuck with a needle by by a stranger in a public place? How many times you got to be drugged in a public place and then assaulted, right? How many times you got to be hit? How many times you got to have your arm broken? How many times you go into hospital and not get treatment for a torn muscle, right? Like the way I look is a direct result of being abused and being attacked physically in public, and there being no kind of consequence for anybody who abuses me. So yeah, go ahead, call me fat. Call me fat and gross. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Do it. Do it. Yeah, I love it. You know? Yeah. Mm, yeah. hmm And so I'm not a millionaire or a billionaire. I can't pay to have all kinds of treatments. And even if you do, like go in the way things work, like they'll fuck up your treatment if they, you know, don't want you to look better than so and so, right? That's the way they do, right? That's the way they do. Yeah. 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 hmm So I personally suspect that it is the entertainment industry that is behind some of the attacks that have happened on me, on my physical body. Um, because I was told by this producer Randy at the launch showcase that the industry does that. He's the one who he point blank told me. He was a music producer from Detroit. He point blank told me. He said to me, he said, they're not going to let you have a career. He said, the most I can offer you is to do the art for Katy Perry. Um, and what does that mean? It means that you do the conceptual work, you do the hard work, and then they have a team that goes through and dissects everything and chops it up and reconfigures it, or in some instances just takes things outright and gives it to another artist. You don't get paid for it, you don't get compensated, right? That's how the industry works, right? And if you have talent, you have talent and skill, but they don't like you for whatever reason, right? So, yeah. I'm not the only one. I'm not saying I'm special. There's lots of people that it happens to, right? Um, Beyonce stole concept and aesthetics for her Lemonade album from me, and also from some dance performances that I did, costuming and things for her work. Macy Gray stole choreography from dance pieces that I did for music videos. I had lyrics, music stolen and used by Curb Records for Lee Bryce. Yeah, set lists and things by and it's not that, like, sure, anybody can sing a cover, but what I'm talking about is like taking groupings of songs at certain times, right? It's like, so somebody doing your set list, right? It's like, oh well, that's the show I'm doing right now. Oh no, it's not. We're taking that. Oh, that's a good idea. We're going to take that and give it to somebody else to do. Carrie Underwood did that, right? I was singing out, and the songs, all the covers that I was singing out at like open mics and stuff, she started singing. Oh yeah, that's the way that shit works. So they all disgust me, and they all know if you're in the industry, they all know that it happens, right? So they're all complicit with each other. Yeah, yeah, that's the way it works. So yeah, hmm yep. I mean, Meghan Markle has stolen composition and structure, right, from from my work, from written works and things to use for her shit. And she cuts that shit up, and it's like it's gross. And the reason she comes across as inauthentic is because she's doing other people's material. It's not hers, right? It's not generated from the reality of her life and her experience. It's she takes it's like she takes a little bit of sprinkling of what's gone on in her life and stretches it over somebody else's armature, right? She's kind of like the in the movie Men in Black, the bug alien puts on the guy's skin. She's kind of like that. She's kind of like that. But all of them are, Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. hmm And so they identify people who are high yield producers who don't have the narcissistic tendencies where, they'll do anything. Like, I won't do anything. Like, I won't harm people, right? Like, I'm not going to steal from people. You have to the people that they produce and make disgustingly rich are people who don't give a shit about stealing, who don't have conscience, who don't have morals and ethics, right? Yeah, that's how they choose people. Yeah. 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 So that's just, that's how I feel. Mhm. Yeah, totally. Totally. Mm. So go ahead. Remind me how fat and gross I am. Tell me again. Tell me again. Tell me again how fat and gross I am. Right? YouTube, go ahead and pick the ugliest face I'm making, the 3-second flash of the ugliest face I'm making, and make it the thumbnail. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, YouTube. Go ahead, keep doing that. hmm Yeah, because they're complicit in it as well, right? Yeah. hmm Yeah, that's how it works. Mm-hmm. Yes. You know, the whole industry, the whole entertainment industry is like that. The whole entertainment industry is like that. That's how they work. It's how they operate. That's why I don't go to movies. That's why I don't go to concerts. I don't do any of that shit anymore because I won't give them money. I'm not going to give them money on top of what they've already stolen from me. Yeah. And then you're told you're supposed to be like flattered. Oh my God, look who wanted your work. Oh, am I supposed to be flattered that they stole from me? Oh, it's so flattering that you stole from me. It's so flattering that you've broken into my house and stolen from me because they've actually broken into my house numerous times. I've been robbed. Sketchbooks, journals, physical work, blueprints, underwear. Yeah, yeah, yeah. hmm Yeah. Anyway, the roof is still not done. Still not done. Mm. Mm. Oh, last night for dinner. Last night for dinner, I made homemade bean burritos. Oh my God, the filling was good. And it was, and I'm sure it was like way less fatty than what you got at the taqueria, but it was good. Yeah. The only thing is, I was telling Omar this, like, it's hard to make burritos at home because of the burrito wrapper, right? You can make all the fillings and they can be all really, really authentic and delicious and everything. But unless you have a tortilla steamer, right? It says press, it steams it, and you have the right tortillas. So the tortillas that you buy at the grocery store are shelf stable, right? And they're a little bit thicker than like when you go to the carniceria or the taqueria and get a burrito, right? Because those burritos are like made fresh every day, or those tortillas, right? That they use there, right? And they don't use, you know, and they're thin. They're real thin. They're real thin. So when you roll it up, it's real easy, right? So like the tortillas that I bought, they weren't big enough, right? They weren't big enough and they were a little thick. And I put them, they were flour. I didn't try to use corn tortillas to make a burrito. Oh my God, who does that? Who does that? Um, but I wrapped them in foil and put them in the toaster oven with a chafing dish of water um, to warm, trying to steam them a little. And they did. They became a little more pliable, and so I was able to wrap them, and then I rolled them up in foil, and then I put those into the toaster oven and let them, heat through. My beans and rice and everything were already hot, but I wanted to make sure that the tortilla was nice and soft and tender, and it was, but it was never going to get thin, right? So, as far as homemade burritos go, they were good. They were, but yeah, yeah. So there were pinto beans and achayote rice and some cheese and um, salad, tomato and avocado and corn and those jalapenos that I blackened. Chopped a couple of those up and put it in cilantro stuff. Yeah, yeah. And I used my special hot sauce. My adorable sauce. Mm, yeah, they were good. I didn't finish mine. I couldn't. It's just like when you get a burrito at the taqueria. I couldn't. I got down to the stump. I'm like, oh, I can't finish the stump. Omar finished my stump. Yeah, yeah, big fat gross Larissa eating a burrito. Yeah. Mm, yeah. Mm, yeah. Mm. So did I. So did I. Hopefully I'm gonna get my towels dried. Oh my God. Towels have been through the dryer like 4 times. I think the vent is backed up with lint and needs to be cleaned out. That's what I think. Yeah. That's what I think needs to happen. Yeah. I told Omar that needs to happen. Sounds like they're here. Oh my God. Brody's having a fit. He got to have another piece of birthday cake yesterday. He did. He's gonna think that he gets cake anytime he wants, but he doesn't. I'm done eating that cake. I had my one piece of cake. I don't need to have any more of that cake. Yeah. Anyway, Omar and Brody can finish the birthday cake. Woof, 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 woof. Woof, 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 he says. You're at my house. You're at my house. You're at my house. That's what he's saying. Mira cómo ando, mi amor, por tu querer. Borracho y apasionado, no más por tu amor. Mira cómo ando, mi bien. Muy dado la parcela y a la perdición. Tú, solo tú, has llenado de luto mi vida, abriendo una herida en mi corazón. Tú, solo tú, eres causa de todo mi llanto y mi desencanto y desesperación. Anyway, I guess on with it, right? Yeah, more shit burning down there in LA. More shit burning. More shit burning. Oh my God. Oh, shit happens, I guess.